Hey team, today we're going to be learning how to use the shape tool in After Effects to get really unique animations. First of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring some reference material that I have previously created. It's right here, it's a walk cycle that we're going to be using this one up here. Let's mask that guy up. Let's increase a little bit the size. Let's put it right here in the center. that's exactly what we need. Okay, now let's bring the shape tool. Let's change, you can hit G on the keyboard to get this, or just click right here, and we're gonna remove the fill just by clicking the word, and we're gonna add a stroke. And the stroke 3 points could be, that's nice. Let's make sure the opacity is set to 30, that way, and we can lock this layer. That way we can see when we start. So let's start with this front leg here. Perfecto. I'm gonna, don't close, okay, don't make sure that you don't close the shape. I just want that, yeah, you don't want to close the shape, okay? You want the shape to be open. Now we're gonna call this guy, you're gonna hit enter on your keyboard, and we're gonna call it F underscore left underscore leg. Okay, so we got it. Now let's come here, open the content, let's open the shape, let's open the path, and let's set up a keyframe right there. So we have this keyframe there. We're gonna move to when the shape gets really crazy, which I think is somewhere there. And now we can come with the V, with the V, come here. In case you don't see the, let's say, you click outside and you click here and you don't see the little points, you can hit G and now you can see it. So you see, you sometimes need to be on the pen tool, and now you can change to the V, so that way you make sure you don't add any new points. Make sure you don't add any new points, because we want it to be the shape as simple as possible. Let's get this guy like this. Perfect. Let's move this guy a little bit higher. Now you see he add a keyframe there. You didn't have to add it. Let's hit U so we don't get bothered with. You see, and he has all the in betweens. What we need, I need to get all the way here, but right now the comp is not that long, so we're gonna go Control K, and let's make it one extra frame. Okay, and we can keep it there, but now at least we can reach that area. And this animation ends on the first keyframe, so we're gonna come Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it, and we're gonna add the in-betweeners. So this shape should be somewhere here at this point. The drawing is not perfect, as you can see. Let's save this file, by the way. Let's save it as 4 legs, yeah, walk cycle. I did this previously, so to make sure that it worked, and it did work indeed. So let's name it number 2. Let's move this guy a little bit there. I don't want to mess up the thickness of the leg. The reference was drawn by hand, so it's not gonna be perfect. Okay, so let's see how that goes. All right, so we need to add that frame right there. So let's come here, let's select those 2 guys, let's move it here. I think, yeah, it has to be shorter because he's stretching his leg. Okay, let's see how that looks. We don't need to put every single keyframe, because the beauty of this is with the less, we want the After Effects to do the in-betweeners, but let's make sure. You see, I want to hold the leg a little bit longer curve here. I don't want it to. We want good timing, and we want this to be up there, and we want this to be a little bit like this, and I think we can get away with just dragging these two dots here. There you go. Hold Alt if you want to break the tangent. Okay, so you see how if I come here and I hold Alt on my keyboard, I have this tool now that now I can drag this, and I have the tangent. And if I hold Alt again, I can break the tangent. See? And now let's see how that looks. It looks nice. I think we're gonna leave that leg like that for now. Let's move on to the back leg. So let's make sure that we're clicking outside of this layer, and we're gonna boom, click there, click there, click there. These legs, because he curls like this, it's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get rid of this guy. Maybe we don't need that guy, and we just need to. Less point means less work for you guys to animate, so let's keep that in mind. You see, I can get the same shape just by playing with the tangents, and probably I can get rid of that guy too. I just have to. We'll see. We can always add a dot, but let's try not to. Okay, that's good. Now let's go to B for back, L for left, underscore leg, and let's put the keyframe, content, path, boom, keyframe. Now we got it. Let's see when this shape goes crazy different. Here, I think we can put a keyframe right there. Let's drag this, guys. Let's drag this. Let's drag this. Let's put it there. This should be somewhere in between there and something like. Actually, let's tape these two tangents together so now it looks straight. Let's see how that works. It's working. We want. Let's have this pose here. I don't want to go all the way back like my drawing is, because I think I overdid it a little bit. This part is the knee. This little dot there is the knee, so we want to keep it in the center. Let's drag it like that. Drag it like that. We don't want. I noticed that I, pushed this line a little bit too much on my reference, so I don't want to do that. Okay, and now we know that the last frame and the first frames are the same. So, all right. So it's already trying to reach that. We want. Okay, so this is the further it goes back before. Okay, so we need to hold this pose into here, but this stretch is a little bit too much, so we're gonna get all the way there, not any further back, because otherwise it's gonna look like it's limping, and we don't want that. Alright, let's see. Let's hide the movie file. I like that. It just looks a little limpy. It looks like he's not holding the leg enough time in the air. by there the leg should be high. Let's put it here. So not that far back. Let's do a little bit less. I'm gonna put it like this. Let's lower this guy. I think that looks better. Let's hide the reference to make sure. Let's see what's happening. Maybe whoop, up, and maybe we can hold this pose a little bit longer down here. I don't like never to have one keyframe next to the other one so close to each other because they can be jumpy, but we're gonna see. I think that can help us. That looks better. All right, so next thing, let's have the body. So we have to click outside. We have to make sure that none of the layers are selected. We're gonna click outside and then we're gonna come here, boom, 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 and boom. I'm a fan of the less amount of points as possible. I think that is good. Let's name this guy body. Let's save this before it crashes. I mean, it doesn't crash as often, but you never know. You want to make sure you're not losing the work that you already did, so you can always save. Okay, and now let's put a keyframe on that pad. All right, so let's see. Okay, so I already can see that here is where the body get all squashed. So let's move this guy closer to the body, and since this is like getting squashed, let's lift this guy a little bit up and this guy a little bit up, so there, and this guy a little bit lower. Okay, so it goes whoop, and as it's getting stretched, I think that this is the most stretched that's gonna be. And we already know that the last frame is the first frame. Well, let's see what other reference. Oh, I hate that jump. What's happening? Yeah, I think so. Something has to happen in between. When it gets let's copy this shape and let's this guy a little bit here. It's always like a try and error. I forgot to draw the upper part of the body. That was my mistake, but let's see. I want to get rid of anything that looks jumpy. So what I want to do is drag, let's see, so yeah, that way it doesn't look so jumpy. Actually, let's leave it the way that it was for now, and we're gonna do the two legs on the other side, and then we can start messing up with wherever the keyframes are, so to make it longer and smoother. But because it's a walk cycle, we have to make sure that the legs are making contact in a very specific way. So let me do the other legs really quickly. All right, you guys already saw how I'm dealing with the shape layers. I'm gonna fast forward through the other two legs. I'm gonna speed up the video so that way you guys don't get bored. Okay, now let's move on to the fun part, which is let's color this bad boy. You know, if we hide the guys and we see how it's moving. I think the back leg, let's see first once it's colored how we feel about it, and then we see, you know, we can tell what needs to be fixed. Let's start with the body. Where we're gonna go to the stroke. We're gonna remove the stroke, and we're gonna go to the fill, and we're gonna add a color, and let's make that color some brown reddish color somewhere. That's good. Okay, and for the front leg, no, we want the front right, everything that is right we want it underneath the body, and everything that is left we want it on top of the body. With the two left selected, let's come and get rid of the stroke, and let's bring the fill color. Perfect. And now with the two on the back, what we're gonna do is let's get rid of the, first of all, let's get the code for this. If I go Command K, I have this guy here. Let's just copy this. This is my easy way, and let's cancel. Let's not change the color to white, but now I know the color. I don't know. There's other ways to do it. Like you can come here, select the body, double click here, and copy that code right there. Now we have the code for the color. Let's select those two layers. Let's get rid of the stroke. Let's move on to the fill. Let's bring the fill on. And now we can, we don't even need to copy. Let's just change it to a more saturated brown. There you go. So let's see. Oh my God, look at our four-leg creature, headless creature walking. That's good, that's beautiful. Okay, what happens if we want a stroke? I don't like the stroke that comes, you know, the easy one that comes by default, because we want some type of dynamic stroke. So this is what I do, okay? Let's start with the front, let's start with this leg, which is the most complicated one. Let's duplicate that leg. Let's bring it underneath, and let's rename it. You know, we're gonna leave all the name the same, but we're gonna do underscore stroke, and let's change the color of that layer to brown. That way we know that the browns are indeed. And let's hit U to see how many keyframes that we need to do. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do, we're gonna move the color to a very dark brown. That's good. And wherever we have a keyframe, we need to just come here. Well, actually, first of all, let's select the whole layer and lower it just two two uh, 2 pixels, and then let's select this and let's just expand the mask just a little bit everywhere, you know, overall. And let's move to the next keyframe. That this is this guy here. Let's do the same. Okay, let's do the same here. Whoops, that's too much. Meant to be this guy here. We move all the keyframes for except the ones on top of, you know, the very one on top. We don't want to move those. Oh, I see. You can tell that the body. Okay, now I know what I'm doing wrong, but we will fix that later. Let's come here. Same thing here. You see, the less points that you have, the easier it is to make all these crazy changes. And then for the last one, we just copy the first one and we paste. And now look at that, a very beautiful dynamic stroke on the leg. It looks very inky. Something that I noticed is that I want to put a keyframe here. We just need to make sure that here the belly goes lower. So that looks better. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this process for all. You know what? Let's do it one more time so that way you guys get back leg. Let's do the front leg. Let's duplicate. Actually, let's get the color that we select for the stroke. Now we have it. Let's duplicate this guy. Let's lower underneath. Let's hit enter. Underscore stroke. It's very important that you guys always name everything the way that it's supposed to be named. We choose brown. We hit U. Okay. First things first, let's select the layer and let's lower it 2 pixels. Okay. Now let's come to each keyframe. Oh wait, I forgot to change the color. That's why we're not seeing anything. Okay, now. Now we can just lower, widen that up, widen that up. Okay, that's good. I don't want it to be too thin. Yeah, there you go. Bang and bang. Whoops. We just need to copy the last one. And let's see. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for all the other layers, and when we come back, we'll see it working. Okay, let's speed up this video. And there you have it, you know, a walking cycle of a four-legged creature without a head, of course. You know, we're just focusing on learning how to use the shape tool. But now I can literally come with this comb, select all the layers, pre-comb this, and call it walk cycle underscore comb. And I can then position it and then move it, and there you know, you can loop it and then have it change the color, scale it up without losing resolution, because it's a vector shape. You know, we were using only shape layers, so I can come here and scale it up and it won't lose any resolution. It's a great tool to use. Use the shape tool. Now you guys know how to use it, and I will see you soon on the next tutorial. Bye.